Hello and welcome back to Pantheon of the Geeks. Today you've joined us for a painting video for Star Wars Shatterpoint Jango Fett from the Twice the Pride box set. Here we can see him, already undercoated. It was a two-part undercoat, mechanical standard grey with a zenithal, quite a high zenithal highlight of grey sear. So only the underneath, the very underneath, has got that original sort of mechanica still showing. So Jango, he's got a lot of metallic armour parts, and much like I painted the Magna Guard in a previous video, we're going to be using a non-metallic sort of coat to represent that. So we're going to be using a 2-to-1 mix of Griffine Grey Charger and Griff Charger Grey even, woohoo, and Basilicanum Grey. Again, thanks Games Workshop for those names. But we're going to be 2 parts Griff Charger, 1 part Basilican Grey. We're also going to be putting some contrast medium in that to water it down a little bit. In fact, we're going to water it down a little bit more than we did with the Magna Guard. So I would say probably another entire part to that mix of the contrast medium. So let's get started. So we're going to put this on, and you can tell there from the coverage it's a little bit too heavy, so just using some of that contrast medium just to make it slightly lighter. There we go. That's the kind of coverage we want for his armour. It's not a dark armour that he's got on, it's basically metal. It's akin to Mando, but I want him to look a bit different from Mando whenever that comes out. So we're just going to cover this armour, and we're going to make sure that the top parts have the least amount on, even wiping it off with a finger like that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off the armour parts, and then we'll be back. So with the armour plates finished, we're going to paint the under suit that he's wearing. That's much sort of a darker grey, and for that we're going to be using Space Wolves Grey Contrast. And hopefully I'm just going to be using it straight out of the pot. That looks very much like the colour I'm after straight away. A bit of a time saver. So let me go ahead and do that. Pick out all the parts where it's just like the jumpsuit underneath his armour. So back in a moment. Okay. So with that done, once it's dried, I'm going to give the edges of the armour a slight highlight with Spaceship Exterior, just to bring them back up a little bit, and obviously get a bit more definition between the two colours because they're very grey, both of them. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to be using some grey sear, and I'm just going to be painting that onto the areas I'm going to do next, which will be the brown areas. So I'm just going to make sure they're better defined because some of the contrast has gone on to that, and make sure the armour areas are defined with this. So I shall be back in a moment. So we've done some small highlighting, and the next thing I'm going to do is all the brown areas, the pouches and everything. I'm going to be using snakebite leather for this, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it on now. So next thing to do on Jango is the blue areas. I'm going to do that using these two colours. We have Caldo Sky as a base. So there's the blue areas on his helmet, and I know the backpack's blue. I'll have to look at some of the photographic material, see if there's any blue anywhere else. I can't remember any other blue. But then I'll be highlighting that using Techless blue. So we'll put those two on and we'll see where we're up to. Okay, so we've done the blue areas. So the last thing to do on the actual model is I'm going to do a further highlight on the blue, just bring up the edges using litho and blue. And I need to paint the visor in black, so I'm going to just use Black Templar to do that. Then we're going to do the base. The base is going to be painted similar to the other bases that we've done, I'm going to keep it on light grey, but a lot of this is groundwork. I'm actually going to add a bit of red in from using Doombull, which I've done on my Legion army to make it sort of a red Geonosian-esque, not quite Geonosius, but Geonosia, but quite redder than the other ones. I think it'll look nicer up against all the greys on the armour and the blues. So let's do that, and we'll come back with a finished Jango Fett. So there we have a finished base with the Doombull brown. I finally inked that with a little bit of Agrax and Cardboard Crimson mixed together to give it a reddish brown colour, and I put that onto the grey as well, just to make it look a little bit weathered. Like a little bit of sand dust. I'm not sure whether I might use some pigment on this. If I get some red pigment or some reddish brown pigment, I might do that to bring it a bit more to the Geonosian colour. But for now, it's dark against the light armour, and that was what I was hoping to achieve. So, anything else? I used the, which one is it? Cryptek wash on this little piece of MacGuffin to change it from grey into this browny, bronzy, metallic colour. And that is Jango Fett finished. I quite like that. It was done very quickly, which is always a bonus. And yeah, he's turned out okay. I'm happy with that. So I think the next video might be Count Dooku, and that should finish off the Twice the Pride set. But thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. But for now, take care and goodbye.